Okay, let's go for it. So, One Punch Man Chapter 80 Surrounded was pretty good. It was mostly a setup chapter for me, just to be like, hey, these people are going to be important, these people aren't, and it was just kind of, I suppose it was what I wanted to see with Garo as well, kind of, I suppose what these next few chapters are going to be about, is going to be about Garo and this whole thing, because everyone else is just going to be preparing for the raid on the Monster Association. Anyway, but the chapter doesn't start with Garo, it starts with Genos, doesn't it? And Genos is fully rebuilt from his massive fights he had before, and, you know, Dr. Kusuno's like, oh, I worked all night on this, but I was really happy with how these turned out. In fact, you gave me some great ideas, and just these simple changes have made you so much stronger. And I'm always happy about that, because let's face it, I like Genos, he just doesn't get enough victories at the point, and like, don't get me wrong, when he gets them, he gets them. So like, that massive victory spree he had when he was going from city to city last year, it was very Terminator, and I love that. And I'm always happy when he gets stronger, because obviously he can fight more. And I was wondering what these simple changes are going to be, and I'm always curious, like, I keep thinking, well, I keep waiting even for something to do with his legs, because obviously he's got Accelerate and he's got like the glue in the back of his legs, but maybe something extra, I don't know what, but obviously because his main offense is his arms, maybe he'll get some kind of offense in his legs, I don't know, some kind of kick, like some kind, maybe, honestly even just jets, so we can just do like a power kick or something would be cool. Genos has this whole like speed, and he's like, yes, I will not lose again, and, you know, and basically Dr. Kusuno starts to talk to him about stuff, and I'm glad we got to see a bit more of Dr. Kusuno, because he's quite an important character for such a little role he has, because he's the one who saved Genos, and, you know, Genos considers like his two like mentors to be Dr. Kusuno and Saitama, so he at least considers on a similar level to Saitama, probably the same level. So obviously I'm really looking forward to when Saitama and Dr. Kusuno meet, because that'll be an interesting discussion about Genos as well. And then he gives his mindset, he's like, you know, you remind me a lot of myself when I was younger, you know, always like going for justice, like going out your way, kind of in a scary kind of way at the same time. He's like, it's Genos, it's okay to lose, and you've got to know your limits at times. Now, don't be wrong, I like that idea, but it's kind of a mixed opinion, because obviously if you're a hero, you've got to know your limits, so you got to know when to fight, when to not fight, because that's how a lot of heroes that end up dying or getting just destroyed, because they challenge someone who's too strong for them, and they get knocked out instantly. Like, obviously, Sea King, and sometimes it's a case of being a hero, and of course, like Moomin Rider showed this, it's not a case of the power difference, it's just a case of standing up for what's right and doing what you can to help out people. So, I get where he's coming from with the not to lose, but it's also important for him to win, because obviously he's got to protect people, because that's his job as a hero. And of course, you've got Saitama, and if you hold off till Saitama shows up, then it's all fine, but he's quite late normally. Just like I imagine with the Monster Association fight, he's not going to go there at the beginning, because that'd be boring, because you just go boom boom bap, and that'd be it. But I just I get where Genos is coming from, I get where Kusuno's coming from. And maybe this will be something Genos has to deal with in the future, because obviously we haven't even fought the Monster Association's top dogs yet. Like, we've only seen, like, they've described them themselves, the Monster Association, with the massive attack last year. Like, we didn't even send the big guys in, we didn't send the big guns, we just had our weakest, well not our weakest, our standard troops going. So that'll be very important to see. Yeah. So, then we cut to, I believe, the newspapers? I don't know, you've read this 5 times, Matt, how do you not know? Yes, so, the information has been leaked about who the Monster Association are, how they got into the Hero Association, everything like that. And this has set humanity into panic, basically, because they're like, we don't know if we can count on the heroes, and the monsters are strong, they did this much. And I still think, well, I'm waiting for them to go to King, is the thing, because I said this before, it hasn't happened yet, but I think King's whole approach on it will be, he'll either be like, originally I thought it was going to be like, oh, did something happen? I didn't even notice. And that was going to be his approach, because he didn't even know it was happening. And then all of humanity will be like, well, if the strongest man in the world isn't even scared by this, then we're fine, right? But now he knows about it from Saitama, he might be still like, no, we're all okay. And he'll be like, Saitama's got this, Saitama can sort this out. And then I just think King's going to be, the best thing King can do at this point is just be like a symbol of peace and hope, just without the power to back it up. Because he's got the, you know, his presence alone terrifies monsters and inspires humanity. That's a powerful, like, he may not be physically strong or anything like that, but he's got that about him at least. That's great, right? So, and of course humanity's worried about this and everything, and we see different glimpses of different people as well. So, the first one we do, I believe it's in the hospital, and it's Metal Bat and the martial artist, and this upsets me. Because, not in the sense of like, it was bad, in the sense of Metal Bat's probably not going to be in the fight, and I miss that. Because he was so great last year, or the year before, when Metal Bat went on his, when Metal Bat was like boom boom, and he went toe to toe with Goro, and it was incredible. And he's just looking at his condition, it's not impossible for him to fight, it's not, but I can't see him going and joining the other S-Class heroes when they go in for the raid on the Monster Association. And then we see the martial artist as well. Just Metal Bat, please, come on, man. We see the other martial artists as well, like the ones who I can't remember their names. I don't think it's Min Min. You put their names down below, Matt. You check that out. The martial artists who refused to fight, refused to join the monster side, but were ultimately knocked out before they were killed. So they basically said, we can't do anything at this point. What was with Sour Face's glasses as well? I was like, okay, interesting design choice, at least. And the thing is, I'm a bit upset about this, but I also understand, because, you know, I suppose the martial arts world has always kind of looked down on heroes, call them cop-outs or anything, but I'm hoping with these guys, they'll at least appreciate heroes more now, because they realise how terrifying monsters are. Like the girl, she was full on shaking about this. She is terrified of monsters. But I hope the martial artists do stuff in the future as well. I hope they just kind of don't sit on the sidelines. I'm not saying they necessarily have to join the Hero Association, but if they can stand up and fight against the monsters at some point, that would be very handy. Definitely. That's something I would like to see. Then I think next was Child Emperor and Metal Knight, but I will double check on that. So then we go to this argument between Metal Knight and Child Emperor, because Metal Knight has decided he doesn't want anything to do with this, and that's annoying, because he's incredibly useful and powerful, and it's just because, and it's annoying, because even Child Emperor is acknowledging how annoying it is, pretty much, because, so what's happened is, he's saying, so Child Emperor is arguing with Metal Knight. He's like, what do you mean you won't join the operation? And Metal Knight's like, they basically, he says, they wouldn't listen to me. There's a hostage situation, but the easiest thing to do, because it's very clearly a trap, is to just blow them up and carry on, because that's going to be the easiest thing to do. And even Child Emperor's like, hang on though, there's a hostage there. It's our job as heroes to help out. And, you know, and then even he calls him like, you sound a bit of a temper tantrum. And it annoys me with Metal Knight, because at the very least, we get to see Child Emperor's decent. Like, it's a question of, like, knowing who is going to be a hero and who's not, kind of thing. Like, to be fair, it's not like the others don't, but they're like, a lot of heroes there are like, oh, I can do this for fame and glory, but Child Emperor's legitimately like, there's a hostage and they're in trouble, we should try and help them. And Metal Knight, to be fair, is saying about, oh, it's just because they're the benefactors, they're not looking out for everyone. And he's trying to say, it'd be interesting to see what the Hero Association approach would be if it was just a random child. If it was just some child off the street who got kidnapped, how would the Hero Association respond? Would they just go, oh, just blow it up, Metal Knight, it's fine. And it's true, because Metal Knight is trying to weed out the corruption in the Hero Association, because we saw that in one of the side stories as well, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think Metal Knight just needs to go, get a grip, rescue the child, because you'd be incredibly useful. But Child Emperor has obviously called him out on this. Then the Hero Association we go join. There's quite a few different bits in this. And they're basically talking about, like, you know, so there's a leak in the Hero Association. And I'm not saying it's necessary, I wouldn't say it's a leak, definitely, but it could be just someone like, you know, we had the Parasite monster last time. And that was, so it's possible that there's different monsters like that too? Because apparently the information got leaked out. I really like the design of the guy though. One of the Hero Association guys is the guy with the metal eye. I'm like, he's just showed up out of nowhere and he's got a cool design. I'm like, okay, I'm on board for you. But he's basically saying, you know, we can't lose face. We've lost enough face already. The Monster Association have leaked out this news somehow. Humanity's losing faith. We gotta keep a good face to the public and go head on. So even if they wanted to do something else, they can't particularly because they don't have the resources to. But because the Monster Association leaked this information, it's gone everywhere. And then we get the viewpoint of some monsters who aren't in the association. And they're basically saying like, oh my god, like, look at these guys, they're incredible. Like, we team up with these guys. we can kill all the heroes. And then they're like, and we kind of get information about the Monster Association too. So they go, by the way, there's one place that makes sense that the Monster Association would be, and that's in Zed City, because you know it's a ghost town, and there's a lot of group of monsters. There's a big group of monsters gathering, so it makes sense it's there. Let's go join them. And then One Punch Man does an amazing job with this every time, and I'm slightly stupid, I'll acknowledge that, because they make me go like, oh no, the Hero Association are in trouble, everyone's in trouble, who will save them? I do forget about him. I don't know what it is. My mind just like blanks him out, and then like when that big group of monsters are joining, I'm like, oh no, because it was in my head, I was like, oh dear, because not all the heroes are there. A lot of them are injured, and if they're all over there, they've got a lot of problems. And then we get the next panel. Just all of the monsters dead on the ground, and Saitama's just like, there was a lot of monsters today. Jesus, Saitama. It's just, I just love it so much, because it always does this, it makes you go, oh no, what are we gonna do? And then Murata and Ron are just like, there he is! And I'm like, oh, so that, yeah, I see him. Oh, I was laughing about that for a good minute and a half when I read that the first time. Oh, I keep blanking about my head. He's like my favourite superhero, and I just keep forgetting about him, and I love it, because those moments are made even better, because oh, that was a great panel. It really was. Just all the monsters, and you got him with his little face, and like, just checking the watch, like, I'm gonna miss the garbage truck, and he just bolts off with his bags. Oh, God. And it kind of goes, it's their way of saying, don't worry too much, you know, you got this guy. He'll get there eventually, it's just, I think there's gonna be a lot of trouble. Oh boy, howdy. Okay, so then it cuts away to these 4 kids, and they're basically complaining that someone is in their secret base. And I wasn't fully sure if it was, but one of the kids from, I was only double checked, I was like, he looks fairly similar, I don't know if it is him, but it made sense, of course. So one of the kids there is the kid that Garo saw before, who basically took the Hero Monster catalogue off him and was like, oh, there he is, there he is, there he is. And you know, he wasn't, and it opens up sides to Garo. This kid, I think, is going to be very important in the future too. But so basically they're like, oh, how are we going to get in there? Well, we better send someone in there too. So they're like, oh, hey man, Tario, I think his name was. And they go, hey, you go in there and do it. And I'm like, what? He's like, I don't want him, guys, I don't want. And then one of them, like, they're not really his friends from what I can see, because they're kind of forcing him to do stuff, and then his friend hits it. Well, his friend like hits him, like, just go in there. And he's like, okay, I guess. And then Garo's in there healing up. Basically, he's got a fever. He's trying to, you know, he's just trying to heal so he can get back to what he's doing. And so he goes in there, obviously the kid does, and then and at first it's like intimidating, he's like, who the hell are you? And he's like, oh, hey, you're the kid who gave me the catalog. He's like, you're the old man who's afraid of monsters. You're the old man who minds the monsters. He's like, don't call me old man. I suppose that's kind of a parallel between Saitama and Garo, if you want to look at it like that, because it's not much, but whenever they interact with kids is what I've noticed, like, so he might call, like, people call him an old man, it's like, and then it's like that with Saitama, and they're like, hey, thank you, big brother. He's like, I'm not your big brother. He's like, oh, sorry, bald big brother. It's like, why did you add the bald part? That makes no sense. And they're having like this talk, and he's like, you? And then he's like, you better leave. And then Garo basically says to him, because Garo has a soft spot for kids. He does, from what we've seen. And he basically says to him, kid, get out of here. Like, seriously, go. And then the kid's crying, and he's scared and everything, because obviously Garo was supposed to be this monster. And he's like, you're pretty brave, despite the fact that this scared you came in here. And he's like, I didn't want to. And then the thing is, Garo, this is what I'm on about, because to anyone else, I think Garo would just kick the shit out of him. But for him, at least, he was like, let me show you how to deal with bullies. It's really simple. It's a very simple way. Meanwhile, the kids outside, they're kind of like, is he, what's happened to him? Oh, he's probably dead. Oh no, he's not dead. Like, that's on our hands now. And that kind of shows that they weren't really friends, and they're just because, obviously, if your friend died, you're not going to be, like, oh no, we're responsible for him. You'd be crying. You'd be really upset if your friend died. Then, Def Gatlin rolls up with a group of heroes, which was interesting. It wasn't bad, but, like, they've got some powerhouses there, from what I can see. So they have Def Gatlin, They had Smile Man, Stinger. Also, one touch I liked. Someone double checked with me. I think the guy in the tracksuit and the glasses, wasn't he from the side story where he used to be in the Blizzard group? And then Saitama kind of taught him, like, you don't have to be in a group to be strong, and, you know, you can still be yourself, kind of thing, and be a hero. So I'm glad to see he's going up the ranks. I imagine he's fairly strong now. I don't know what rank he would be. I imagine B class somewhere. I like that though. I do. I'm glad he's doing okay. I do wonder about him sometimes. And then, so yes, he seems to be doing okay. I'm happy with that. I can't remember his name. The construction worker man who was part of the Power Rangers story that he did. As well was there. And you know, this is what I'm a bit concerned about, is because I don't know if Garo's going to make it. By logic, by storytelling and logic, Garo should make it out okay. He should. But with his injuries and the people he's up against, I can't see it happening at the same time. It's because there's a lot of high-class heroes there. Like, well, A-class and B-class, top, like, pretty high A-class heroes and some high B-class heroes too. It's a mix. And I just want to kind of, I don't know if Garo's going to make it out. Like, well, yes, he will make it out. I'm trying to say, will he? By logic, he will, because they're building him up. But at the same time, they plan on fully killing him, recognize him as a monster. But he's not a monster, because I don't think he's actually killed a hero. Because to me, like, the line is when you start killing people, that's when you become a monster. But I can't think of a time Garo has actually killed a monster. Like he's done some bad things to humans. Like, I remember the Blue Fire, he tore off his arm. That was pretty bad. But they're ready to go in and kill him. But I don't know if that's the right approach, because Saitama doesn't kill humans and he's only killed monsters so far. So Garo's just having this nice conversation with this kid. He's like, yeah, you've just... It's quite funny. He's like, so just become strong and that's it. And he's like... And the kid's like, isn't that just common sense? And then Garo has his like intimidating look, and then he's like, exactly! It's just common sense! Become strong and people stop picking on you. And then... So he's like, kid, let's go sort this out. Come on, man. Go outside with me. And it's weird, and... Garo's got a soft spot for kids. I don't think he's bad. But he's not a monster, because the moment he'll turn into a monster is when he kills a kid. I suppose if you look at it like that, like, there's nothing more innocent than like a kid or a puppy, like that kind of sense. Well, like, it's storytelling. It's like, it's this famous scene in House of Cards. I haven't seen House of Cards, but I know about it. It's basically a man kills a puppy, and it's just to show that this person is evil. That'll be the point of Garo, where you'll know he's evil. If he kills the child, maybe that child, that'll be the real twist. If he ends up killing him, that's when I'll know he's truly evil. But, yeah. And then Garo senses all the killing aura, and he's like, whoa, kid, slow down. Show me the hero catalogue. I'd be surprised if he can tell who's there just from that, but they are ready to kill whoever's out there. And the little asshole kids haven't told him that, oh, there's a kid in there, because they're just going to blast anyone who comes out, and the kid could die. And this might set Garo off on the path to become a monster. Good chapter. I felt like it was set up for a lot of stuff. Like I said, I think the next few chapters will be about Garo, which I'm happy about. And then we'll get to and it'll probably be the lineup soon enough that we'll see who's going to attack the Monster Association out of the heroes. It won't be a My Mask. I was just going through them quickly in my head. A My Mask won't show up. Like, I have a concert, but if you fail, then you're a foolish hero. And I'm like, shut up. Wait till you meet Saitama. That's the day I can't wait for. But thank you all for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, give it a like. If you would like to see more, then subscribe. And if you want to talk about One Punch Man, comment down below, because I like talking about One Punch Man. Again, because I'm back to comments now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a couple weeks, because that's when One Punch Man normally comes out. Cool. Thanks, guys.